Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my 18-week pregnancy update. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and everybody hit that bell next to the subscribe button, because YouTube says if you don't hit that bell, they don't always notify you anymore. So basically today I'm just going to go over all of the symptoms I've been having. We are going to talk about a little scare that I had during my 17 weeks and my 17th week, and I just want to say sorry that I'm not done up all cute today. One, the weather has been raining for 4 days and it's chilly today, and I took the kids to the park this morning, so I'm in a sweater and leggings, and my hair is in a bun. But my makeup is done, so here I am. So let's go ahead and get into like all of my symptoms and everything. So basically, why don't we go ahead and start with the scare that I had during my 17 week. If you follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm going to leave my handle right here, because you need to, because that's where I do all of my updates when I'm not posting a video. I am like on Instagram. I am on Instagram every single day, whereas YouTube, I'm only on here once, twice a week, if that. So, let's go ahead and talk about basically what it was a preterm labor scare. I thought I was going into preterm labor, that I was having contractions. Basically it started, I don't remember what the date was, but basically how it started was okay, sorry, I wanted to fix the focus on the camera. So basically what happened was I started having a bunch of contractions, and I literally had them from, I believe it was like 4 o'clock. I think they started at around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were on top of each other. And now when I'm talking about contractions, I'm talking about Braxton Hicks contractions, and as I mentioned in my last update, that is how my labors start. I get very consistent Braxton Hicks, and then I start progressing. And since I have to have a C-section, you know, that's not a good thing. I mean, obviously it's not a good thing because I was only 17 weeks at the time anyway. But basically I was having very consistent contractions. I'm talking like every 30 seconds to a minute. They got down to 30 seconds apart. They were right on top of each other. I was so uncomfortable, and so I called the nurse, the nurse hotline, you know, and they said you need to go in and be seen. And a long story short, it turns out that I don't know if this is everywhere, but labor and delivery here in the town that I live in will not see you unless you are 20 weeks and beyond. And since I was only 17 weeks, they told me that I either had to go to the emergency room or I needed to go to urgent care. And then if urgent care said I needed to be seen at labor and delivery, that they would accept me. But I went to 2 different urgent cares, and neither one of them would see me. And can you imagine how frustrating that is when you're freaking out? You know you're having contractions, you know this is how your labor started before, and all you could think is that my baby's only 17 weeks along, and if somebody doesn't help me right now, like, I'm afraid that I'm gonna lose this baby. And first of all, the first place I went to, they were like, oh, I'm so sorry, we don't have ultrasound machines, try another urgent care. So I went to a big hospital urgent care, and they pretended, and I'm saying pretended because they pretended that they were gonna see me, and then they didn't. So basically what happened was I got there, I signed in at the desk, they took all my information, and the lady was like, so what's going on? And I'm like, well, I'm 17 weeks pregnant, I'm having contractions, and I would like to be seen. And she says, oh, okay. And literally I went to go sit down, and they called me right back, and I was like, oh, well, that was fast. You know, there's all kinds of other people in there waiting. And they called me into the room. The nurse took me in there right away, and you know, when she does the inputting of the information into the computer, asking me all my symptoms and everything like that. And she basically is still typing and just typing, and I'm like, why is she taking so long? Turns out they weren't going to see me in the first place. A doctor comes into the room and he's like, Miss Carmona? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, so you're 17 weeks pregnant and you're having contractions. And I said, yes. And he said, we can't help you. You need to go to the emergency room. I was like, okay, thank you for nothing. Thanks for wasting my time and like giving me hope that you were actually going to help me. So anyway, long story short is if they would have just done a test, like it's not that I needed to be hooked up to monitors or anything. Turns out I had a bacterial infection and I'm still taking antibiotics for it. But if they would have just ran a test for me really quick, they would have figured out that that's what was causing the contractions. Was having, well, I still have a bacterial infection, and that can cause preterm labor. Okay, so I'm looking over the footage of this video and I'm realizing I didn't explain why I didn't just go to the ER. And I mean, it's gotta be pretty obvious, right? The ER is a very expensive place to go to. Now, I wasn't sure if, because they were just Braxton Hicks, if I was actually going into labor. So I wanted to be 100% sure that like this was an emergency before I went to the emergency room and got $1,000 emergency room bill, because I did have a doctor's appointment the next day. So I didn't want to put us in a financial burden for nothing, especially when I was going to be seen by my doctor the next day. So we are lucky that I caught it in time and that it's something, you know, as easy as being cured as taking antibiotics. Of course, you know, if you're a woman, you know that antibiotics has some really yucky side effects. So yes, I'm having also dealing with yeast infections, TMI if you're a man, and if you're a man, I'm not really sure why you're watching this. But, I mean, unless you're my dad or something, but anyway, so basically, that also can cause like cramping and contractions as well as having yeast infections, you know, during pregnancy. So right now I'm basically just dealing with a bunch of contractions, a bunch of cramping, side effects from the antibiotics, which they make me nauseous. They are the worst antibiotics because they are uncoated and they taste so gross. Literally like it is the worst taste I've ever tasted in my life. Anyway, so basically we had a bacterial infection and that's what was causing the contractions. Still is, just not as consistent, and that's being treated. And as soon as I'm done with my antibiotics, I plan to go back and see the doctor just to make sure that everything's okay. But by then I will only have a week and then we get to go and do our 20-week ultrasound for, you know, like the big ultrasound where, you know, they call it like the gender ultrasound, but we already know the gender. And so, you know, they do all of the checking out baby and everything. So like we're going to have that done one day before I turn 20 weeks. So 19 weeks and 6 days is the day we're going to be going to get my big 20-week ultrasound. And I'm really excited. I cannot wait. I'll do another update for you guys at when I'm 20 weeks, but it'll be my 20-week update, and I'll show you all the ultrasounds and everything like that because I love sharing that with you guys. But let's go ahead and jump into the symptoms because this video is already really long. I can't even tell how long it's been. I hope it hasn't been 15 minutes. Anyway, so basically after all of that stuff, what else do I have to say? So I finally started having more energy, which is ironic because today I don't. But I think that's because I went to bed a little late. Ariella woke up early. And I'm just feeling like very sluggish today. But I definitely have so much more energy. I'm able to get more cleaning done. I'm able to like get up and actually do things around the house and do fun projects and things that I enjoy doing, which makes me feel better because just laying in bed for the first trimester was really rough, mentally as well. Because, you know, you're not doing anything you enjoy doing. You're just trying to survive the first trimester, right? So my nausea for a while was pretty much disappearing. I deal with nausea still in the morning. Like when I wake up and my stomach is empty, then I have to eat. I'm still having to eat a bunch of carbs to go make that go away, like toast. And I'm up to like 3 pieces of cinnamon bread in the morning to make my stomach feel like I'm okay. So It was going away for a while and getting way better. Like I would wake up feeling barely nauseous, but it's back, and I definitely have to eat like right away as soon as I wake up or I start getting nauseous. What else? Oh, let's talk about my dry skin. You guys, I have the worst dry skin I've ever had. Like my entire body is itchy and so dry, like flaky, like my face, my arms, my legs, like everything is so dry and itchy. I've never had such dry skin like this before. It's so bad. I am craving sour candy like no other, you guys, and sour candy is not my number one choice. When I'm not pregnant, like I am a chocolate person all the way. Chocolate, 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 chocolate. I will never pick gummy candy over chocolate, except right now. Give me all the gummy worm, the sour gummy worms, the Sour Patch Kids, the sour Skittles. Like, give it all to me right now, because that's what I want, is sour gummy candy. I don't know. It's weird because that's not normally me and my candy addiction. My candy addiction is anything chocolate, but apparently it's sour candy right now. And it's to the point, you guys, where I eat so much sour candy that my tongue hurts and the roof of my mouth is all torn up from like all the acid on the candy. It is so bad. Like I literally eat the candy until I physically can't eat it anymore. I am feeling the baby move so much more now that he is, we are at our 19 week now, but through the 18 week he definitely has gotten bigger, and he's definitely a lot stronger because I can feel kicks. They're still not as strong as I know they're going to be, but they're way stronger than just like the little tiny flicks you feel in the beginning. And you can start to see him move a little bit too. You can start to see his little kicks and everything too. So that's really exciting. I can just sit there with every pregnancy. I can just sit there for hours with my hands on my belly, just feeling the baby move around. That's just one of my favorite parts of pregnancy, is just connecting with them through the movements they make. And it's amazing, you guys, it's amazing. So I've been going to the gym a little bit more, and every time I go I get a little better. I don't know if I mentioned this in my last update, but I had gone to the gym a couple times after the first trimester, and I was having a lot of pain in my like C-section area when I would try to do certain exercises. And it feels like the more I exercise, the more that my body gets used to it. I think just because alone with the stretching of my belly on my C-section scars, that puts a lot of, stretching and pressure on it, and then exercising with that extra pressure, I think it just, my body has to take time to get used to it. But let me just say, people at the gym, I don't think are used to seeing pregnant women work out, because they literally just stared at me like they had never seen a pregnant woman in their life. And I'm like, why do people do stuff like that? Like, it drives me insane that people think it's not okay for women to exercise while pregnant. If you were exercising before you got pregnant, your body is used to that, and it's okay to do those things. It's good for your body. You don't just stop exercising because you got pregnant. Unless physically, like during my first trimester, there was no way I was exercising because I was sick and I was tired. If it's like something you want to do, then sure, but don't ever feel like you can't exercise just because you're pregnant and you're afraid of what people are going to say, because it's none of their damn business. And exercise is good for you and the baby, and it also helps you lose weight faster after the baby and not put on so much weight during the pregnancy. So anyway, my nesting urges, you guys, are crazy. I want to do everything. When we moved in this house, how many months has it been? I don't know, 7 or 8 months now. When we moved into this house 7 or 8 months ago, there were a lot of things that I wanted to do that are still not done, like decorating rooms. Like, I have not decorated any rooms. I started out in the kitchen and the living room, and not so much the living room, but I want to decorate all the rooms. I want to decorate Ariella's nursery. I want to get the office put back together. I want to like tear out carpet and put in floors. I want to like I want to do it all. I have so many urges to get everything done already because I feel like there's so much that needs to be done, like that I want to be done before the baby gets here. I mean, it's not going to kill me if, you know, I've been wanting a picture hanging like right here, something hanging over the bed, and it's not going to kill me if the baby's here and there's not a picture there. But right now it does. It does, because I just want everything to be done so I don't have to like worry or feel like things need to be done when I have a newborn to deal with, you know, and I'm going through my postpartum periods and my recovery from surgery and everything like that. Alright you guys, I think that is it for this video. I have talked about my cravings and my preterm labor scare and everything else like that. So that's basically it. That's all I have to talk about this time. I hope you guys are enjoying these updates. If you are, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell, you guys. Hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload. Because if you're not notified, sometimes my videos won't even pop up in your feed, like I didn't even post. So make sure you're subscribed if you're new. Everybody hit that bell button. Everybody give this a thumbs up. And I'm going to show you my belly now.